All right, welcome everyone to the exciting episode of Two Bar Connections of your host Jesse and
James. What's going on, everybody?
what is going on indeed. So you might have noticed that this episode is coming up a little quickly after the previous episode, which we just did last week. That's
Indeed.
because James and I will be going on hiatus for a little bit. James, because he will be moving, so it's gonna be a pretty big move for him. And as for me, I need to focus more on my settings, and this is taking up a little bit too much time. But we won't be wait for too long. We're gonna do like one episode in December. It'll probably focus mostly on the Game Awards, but we might do a top games of the year list. We're not really sure. Maybe we'll save that until January. But for now, this will be our last episode for quite some time. And as for the content of today's episode, we have first we have NetEase. It's been very big doo-doo with the law, and because apparently there have been some money laundering going along with some employees and some of the executives higher up on the company ladder. We also have Star Wars. We have yet another Star Wars movie announced. This is the next Star Wars project of the 14 that have been announced, and none of which have had any release dates announced for them. We also have Ubisoft being sued over The Crew, which has been a very controversial game, legally speaking, over the past few years. Then we have a story concerning NVIDIA and about how they actually may be rolling out their 50 series a little sooner than expected. We also have GOG, Good Old Games, announcing that they are starting a games preservation program, which is great considering the last episode. You know, the games preservation efforts have taken a massive hit, so it's great to see that GOG is taking a step towards fighting for preservation. And we also have Microsoft Studios on strike. So you have several studios that are going on strike, studios like Bethesda and from id Software. We also have Phil Spencer talking about the future of Microsoft with an interview with Bloomberg. And this one was kind of a stealth bomb that came in a little bit just before we started recording this episode, but apparently there's been some details on the much missed mysterious Half-Life 2 episode 3.
The greatest gaming Bigfoot.
Yes. That's perfect, right? The Bigfoot of gaming, man. Has come out of the woods to give us some details on it. And finally, we will conclude with a troubling report from the Anti-Defamation League concerning Steam and their laissez-faire approach to hate content. Apparently, there's been a large proliferation of it on Steam, as the ADL has found. But before we get into all that, how have you been?
Oh man, it's been good. I literally worked my last shift at the hospital. I am now currently right now jobless, but not until the 25th. So I would say I have a little bit of a vacation, but it's really just going to be the whole time is just going to be spent moving back. So honestly, dude, that's it. I've just been working. I've been getting my stuff taken care of. I went down to get my my blood work and my urine drug test done, and also my my employment verification. Turns out it's federal law that you need your original passport. You can't just bring a PDF and email to them. So
Okay.
I had to do a jerry rig of my driver's license and my social security card that my sister found for me, because I was like, please look in the house for my birth certificate, please. He goes, I just found your social security card, and I was like, yes, that one. Just bring that to me, please. So yeah, but I got everything squared away. I got my new badge for my new job, and I am set to start on the 25th. Now that I'm off work, it'll just be packing. I got to pack my kitchen, all my plates, my clothes. I'm actually going to use my clothes as buffers for the delicates. You know, people use styrofoam and bubble wrap. I'm just going to put like my plates and my pots and my pans and my glasses in between my clothes in a box, which Walmart sells a pack for like $50, which is super cheap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So do you have a lot of stuff to pack? It sounded like a lot.
Well, it's just a lot of loose articles here and there. The big stuff that I need help with though is my bed, my couch, and my TV stand, and as well as the computer desk.
Yes, of course. The all-important computer desk. The all-important
Yeah.
computer.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, this chair that I got from Amazon is man, it's the biggest piece of crap. I I despise it so much. It ever since the beginning, it's been so uneven. The chair always sits like at an angle and consistently does this crap. I don't know if you can hear it.
I can hear it. Yeah, I hear
You
the
can.
squeaking. Yeah, I
Yeah.
hear it.
Yeah, it's so dog shit. It's so bad. And
Yep.
so I'm gonna
I
have
hear it
to.
now. Now I can't unhear it.
Nope, sorry viewers if you didn't hear it before, but suffer with me. But good news though, you only have to hear it for this episode because I am going to invest in a new chair.
Yes, please,
Hopefully,
please do so. You need that
yeah.
gamer
Well,
chair, bro. Makes
I
all the
am going to get the
difference.
I am going to get the gamer chair. I am going to. It's going to be nice. It's going to be heated. No, no, actually cooled. Because where I'm going, I don't need heat.
Yeah, you definitely don't need heat.
Yeah.
You don't even need heat
But
where you are. Well, maybe some. Actually, no. Yeah, sometimes it get cold.
actually, right now it's like super cold. It actually was like in the 30s a couple last week.
Mm,
It's
wow. Okay.
beautiful.
And
It's
meanwhile, it's like
beautiful
it's like,
weather.
it's like 70 something over here.
Yeah. And
So
actually,
it's
right
actually pretty
now,
nice.
yeah, now it's 52 and raining, which is
Ooh.
perfect. Yeah, dude, perfect Seattle weather. I've also been doing my placements in Overwatch at your request, and
Mhm.
man, you are so lucky that I love you because it's rough.
Have
It's
you
so rough.
placed?
No, I'm missing two in typical Overwatch fashion. 3 matches of dog shit in a row. The last one I didn't even finish. I just left because
Okay.
yeah. So I still have a few matches to play, but I will. But the good news is though, I am like I said, I'm getting the hang. I think I've told you before, previously. I'm getting the hang of Juno. She is very fun to play.
That's good to hear. Yeah, 'cause, like, sorry. Just yeah,
You guys stop
ev-
drinking
ev-
that water.
uh, yep, just that gas again. Okay, so yeah, no, she's so fun. I actually was playing her this week. I pretty much just played Overwatch this week because it's been such short notice between, you know,
Yeah.
episodes that I haven't really had a chance to catch up anything. I'm waiting for Kunitsugami to go on sale because I know it's gonna go on sale soon. Okay, there's a Black Friday sales coming up on Steam, and I just feel it. That it's gonna
Ooh.
be on sale. It was on sale earlier, but I didn't want to spend the money on it
Okay.
at the time.
No, yeah. I'm sure there will be a sale. The Steam Winterfest. It's gonna be huge.
Well,
It's always
the
big.
next sale is gonna be next week. I think. I think it starts next Friday.
Ooh, okay, cool.
So
Nice.
I'm
Very
betting
excited.
that it's gonna be on sale then. And I will absolutely buy it, and absolutely will play the hell out of it because I loved that demo that I played.
Good man. I'm glad. Yeah. We haven't well at least I haven't played too many games like you. I've just been doing Overwatch. I would like to play other stuff, but I actually haven't been able to play the other games that I play with Aislinn, like Lethal Company or Phasmophobia. She's been busy.
Yeah, I
So
gotta buy Lethal Company.
yeah.
I gotta
And
buy
man,
it.
yeah.
It's only $10, so I definitely gotta buy it.
Yeah, I haven't bought Lethal Company yet. I only bought Faz, but if Manny can get off his ass and off that work crack. No, actually, no manga. That's what he's doing right now. Manga.
Reading those weep books,
Yeah, man.
those weep funny books.
Yeah, the Weeb funny books. Which, yeah, fine, great, but come on, man, we miss you. Please.
Well, he's on that war crack right now. I just looked it up on
Oh,
Battle.net.
you
So.
just looked him up. Damn you! And dude, the freaking guy is dude. He's such a dick. He's like, oh no, I never answered a WhatsApp because I don't have a link to my phone. If you want to get to me, message me through Disc. We've been messaging him through Disc. Still no response. So it's like, the fuck. Like, what do you want from us, Manny? Damn. But but it's yeah, I really want to play those games with you.
Well, we will.
And
We
I
will
don't
soon.
know,
We will soon.
yeah, we'll yeah. And if not with Manny, then maybe with, some other people that yeah, because I know Paul. I think I mentioned this in the last episode or the episode prior, but Paul has started playing Baldur's Gate,
Uh huh.
so maybe we can schedule some gaming time with him.
That'd be cool. I wouldn't mind that. I'd have to reinstall it, but because that game takes up so much fucking space, I have to keep periodically taking it off. Because last time you were supposed to play it, I installed it, and of course, Maddie never answered any
Yeah,
messages. So
Manny never freaking showed.
I had to take it off because I think It takes up so much space, dude. It's like 150 gigs. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you had an SSD with a bajillion terabytes, you wouldn't have such a problem. So
Yeah,
just
I know.
saying, just saying, man, just saying.
uh, I think this one right here has 4 TB I haven't installed yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stop procrastinating. All right. So anything else?
Honestly, well, it's been a short week, so not much is really. I mean, a lot has happened, but not enough to, you know, go on another 30-minute tirade like we usually do. But I'm sure we'll have plenty of chances to have stuff happen to us as the weeks go on.
Yes,
When
yes,
we
probably.
during both of our downtimes.
Yeah,
Um,
so it'll be probably sometime after the Game Awards show, which I saw was the 17th, I think it said. So
yeah,
we'll do it sometime after that. Maybe that same
sounds good.
weekend.
Yeah, maybe we can do it that same weekend. That'll be like our Christmas episode.
Mhm.
I'm down. I'm down for that. That sounds pretty good to me. But is there anything? I mean, how are the studies going? Are they going
It's
okay?
going all right. There's one question type I fucking hate. Parallel reasoning can suck my ass and kiss my nuts. Um, yeah, luckily it's super rare. So you only get like 1 or 2 questions per section on it. So I'm just gonna skip it.
Oh,
I'm just not gonna
wow.
do it. I'm just gonna see like,
Not even
nope. Let's skip again.
wow. Not even worth the effort to freaking do it. Okay, interesting. That's good to know.
Yeah, you don't need to get every question right to get a good score. You just need to get most of them right, all right? And 1 or 2 is not most; that's some. I'll be good.
I'll be good.
I'll be good. And then for gaming, oh, just one last update on the gaming side of things. I got to Plat 3 on support.
Oh, nice. Maybe we could actually dual queue support then.
Yeah, because I climbed a lot. I went from like Gold 1 to Plat 3 in like 2 weeks.
Nice.
Like
Very cool.
mostly Juno, just switching between Juno and Brig.
Juno and Brig.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I did
makes
have one good game with Anna, and
sense.
I bought her mythic rifle too.
Ooh, how's the mythic rifle?
Yeah, it looks really cool. It sounds cool. I haven't unlocked like everything on it because they have is that you have to unlock it by levels. To get the base model of it, you have to pay for 50 mythics, which you get on the battle pass. And I have 60, so I was able to buy the base model, and then like special effects and stuff, and like the kill effects, like all that stuff costs like 10 extra. So there's 4 levels total. It's the base model. Then you get like a transformation animation where like if you shoot the enemy, the gun will glow purple, and if you shoot an ally, the weapon will glow gold. And then the next one is like the little fidget spinner thing where she spins her little sleep.
Oh yeah, flourishing. I actually saw someone have it.
Yeah, and then the last thing is a special effect on a kill. So like instead of them like keeling over and dying, they'll just like explode.
Oh wow, okay.
It looks really funny. But I only had enough to get up to the transformation animation. That's it. So like
Yeah.
it just changes colors when I change between shooting enemies and when I change between shooting allies.
Is it a mythic points? That's on the premium pass, right?
Yeah, you have to pay the premium.
Okay.
But now they made it you can get coins for free on the battle pass. You don't have to do weekly challenges. So you just play the game. And that's it. Just play the game, level up your battle pass, and you get coins. And they increase how many coins you can get on a battle pass. But it's still way too few.
Yeah, of course it is. It can't make it too easy. You know.
It was 540 before, I think, and now it's 600. But like it's still not enough. You have to play 2 seasons to get the third one free. Then you get 200 left over. So like if you want to buy any skin, like any of the skins like Worth a Damn, which are pretty much like the legendaries or the epics, yeah, those cost like what, $20, which are 2,000 coins. So you got to do it. You got to do that 10 times. And if it's every 3 seasons, yeah, dude, like you're not gonna get a skin if you're 100% free for like 2.5 years, 30 months.
I see the core problem is still a problem, but
yeah, monetization still ass. But thank God the heroes are free. So I mean that's what really matters. But it would be nice if they were a little more generous with the coins, so I can actually buy like my little skins and stuff. All right. So speaking of hero shooters,
yes, indeed.
talk about one hero shooter, or at least a company responsible for a particular hero shooter that's in big legal trouble now.
Big doggy do. All right. So NetEase, the developer and publisher of Marvel Rivals, which is set to be the competition for Overwatch and other notable hero shooters like Concord, is actually in a bit of trouble right now. Yep. What? Hey, what are you laughing at, bro? So, turns out NetEase is currently in the midst of an investigation in connection with a possible money laundering scheme. The report says that 9 employees that are employed with NetEase have apparently have laundered money with 28 different business partners. Oh my god, this chair is so fucking loud. I don't
Yeah, I
understand.
hear it.
Sorry, I am so sorry. But according to the Chinese news outlets, the executive Jiang Lang and several others have allegedly laundered money through contracts that they've made with 28 different business partners. Now, they were detained at the site for their weekly meeting, in what they essentially was a part of a sting operation by the local authorities. Now, according to the report, the amount allegedly laundered could be 1 billion Chinese yuan or 139 million US dollars. The money wasn't part of existing business dealings in the company that totaled around 2 billion, so we actually don't know how much money was messed around with. So, yeah, it's crazy. They're already engaging in some fucky wucky with the law, which is interesting because they really are trying to be like Activision Blizzard. But I think they're going too far with the similarities.
Well, I mean, I don't think Activision's been accused of money
Well, they're
laundering
being in
yet.
trouble.
Yeah.
Being in trouble with the law. Well, I mean, technically, yeah. It's funny too because if they want to just make money, just monetize it like Overwatch. Just follow the lead of Activision Blizzard. Damn it.
Oh, I mean, well, it's NetEase. They're gonna monetize the shit out of this game.
Damn.
We already know
really,
that. These are the same
yeah.
guys who developed Diablo Immortal.
Oh, great.
So
do you guys not have phones?
So yes,
But,
NetEase helped develop Diablo Immortal alongside Blizzard. So, and we all know how that went with their crazy ass monetization where you have to spend like millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars just to max out one fucking character.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all. I'm actually. It's funny too. They started as Diablo Immortal developers with Blizzard, and now they're developing a game that is Blizzard's direct competition in terms of the hero shooter. So like I said, 139 million US dollars, and the company itself has taken stringent action against these instances of fraud. So it turns out, so it looks like the company itself, the developer, is going to be cooperative with the police to try and bring these employees to justice. Any thoughts on this? I mean, it seems like a pretty straightforward news story.
Yeah, it is very straightforward, but I mean, I'm sure like this happens a lot with companies, but it's kind of a rare occurrence. I think this is the first time I've ever heard of something like this. At least with money laundering with a video game company, because like there's been insider trading, right? Like one of the creators of Sonic, Yuji Naka, I was found guilty of insider trading, and he got fined like millions of dollars. So like that's an example of like some kind of corporate fraud going on, but this is like wide scale. This is several executives and employees committing fraud. This is just like one or two guys doing it.
Yeah.
I really wonder like what are the specifics though. Like, what is it that they were trying to? Because money laundering cards confuses me a little bit. It's from my understanding, it's you get like illegally owned money and try to pass it off as money you legally gained. Money.
Yeah, and so I mean, if you ever watched Better Call Saul, I'm sorry, not Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, but Saul, the character, explains it. Like you take your dirty money and you kind of like drop it little by little into a legal business, and then it shows up as money made from the legal business, and that's why they call it laundering, because it's essentially washing clean money, or washing dirty money and making it clean. So for me, it kind of begs the question: okay, well then, what were you doing that made this money dirty? That you had to run it through 30 different business partners to to wash off the disgustingness of it. But of course, this just happened. This is an ongoing investigation and a developing story, and I'm sure we shall see what exactly is happening and why they chose to launder, 140 million dollars.
Do you think any of it? I mean, most likely it is, but do you think any of it was poured into Marvel Rivals?
I mean, listen, you tell me. You played the game. Does it feel like a game that they've spent money?
Well, I'm not gonna Well, I mean, they definitely did spend like a little bit of money on it.
Well, I'm
It's like a
saying
game.
like like quality wise, gameplay wise, like how did the alpha feel to you? Did it feel like
Well, it
a
was an
game
alpha, so
that was
like it was rough.
it was rough?
Yeah,
Okay, but still,
because it was an alpha though. I mean, that's not
yeah.
really a fair comparison.
Well, still though, you remember alphas, they're it's meant to gauge the reaction of the people, and of course, being an alpha, there is going to be some problems. But would you say that they've done a good job so far? And you like what you see
Yeah,
so
yeah. I
far?
liked what I played. I'm definitely looking forward to playing because it comes out next month, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you go. Well, then we'll see if a lot of money was poured into the development of the game, then then we know where the money went.
Okay.
Well, but still, making all this extra money, they have no excuse. We don't want any monetization because clearly they know they could just launder the money and make back their.
Well, no, you know, a lot of money's never enough.
No, man, stop it. Leave me
if
alone.
if
Leave my
if
games alone.
if a lot of money was enough, they wouldn't have been caught money laundering in the first place.
Hmm.
Clearly,
That's true.
a lot of money is not enough.
That's wishful thinking on my part, but it's okay.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I have to say
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, me too. I got nothing else for y'all as far as NetEase is concerned.
Well, I got a lot to say, or we both actually have a lot to say about this because,
Oh yeah, here we go. Oh Lord.
in fact, I gotta
I'm
expand my window because I have so many fucking tabs on this shit. Okay, so for our next story, we have another announcement from Disney concerning Star Wars. It seems that 13 projects was not enough for Star Wars. They have to bump it up to now 14. As it has now been recently announced that a new Star Wars trilogy will be coming out from producer Simon Kinberg. And for those of you who don't know who Simon Kinberg is, this guy right here, but you may know some of his works, and his resume doesn't really inspire the most confidence, to say the least. So he was a writer for X-Men The Last Stand. He was directed and wrote X-Men Apocalypse, directed and wrote X-Men The Dark Phoenix. He was a contributing writer on Fantastic Four, or Fanforstic.
Fanforstic. Yep.
And, well, these two movies or these two projects that he worked on are actually not too bad. So he did work on Star Wars Rebels, which is considered to be a pretty good show.
Yes.
And then X-Men Days of Future Past, which is a pretty good movie.
So if we're being nice, we can say that his resume is
Yes.
mixed at best.
So apparently there's also been conflicting reports on what kind of movies this is going to be. Some reports are saying that it's going to be episodes 10 through 12, but it's going to be a continuation of the Skywalker saga. But then other sources say that no, it's actually going to be like a new characters, and it's going to be a new story. It's not going to be related to the Skywalker saga. But as you can see, right, so Disney is pumping out the more Star Wars stuff, man, because what was it? They announced like a Taika Waititi movie. They announced
Mandalorian and Grogu.
Mandalorian and Grogu. There's also like some other movies. Oh, James Mangold also is going to be directing a movie about like the origin of the Force. Which,
okay, all right.
I mean, I like James Mangold. He's a very good director. He's done some great movies like Logan and 310 to Yuma. But the fuck, okay.
And also, I think I don't know if you've seen Night and Day.
I have not.
Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz.
I have
Great
not
movie. Great movie. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I know that movie bombed the box office. That's what it's famous for. It's like a mega bomb.
Yeah, but trust me, it's good. It's good. It's one of those like, yeah, it bombed, but that doesn't mean it's a bad movie. But there's a lot going on, and there's reports that also Daisy Ridley will be getting her own trilogy of movies based on her character Rey. And as far as I actually wanted to touch on the God damn it, you just mentioned that the origins of the Force.
Mm-hmm.
That was the original concept for George Lucas's sequel trilogy before he sold it to Disney.
Oh, but he want to do some weird shit like he wanted to like make it like about the midi-chlorians and stuff. Like, why are you doubling down on this?
You know what? Yes, we laugh at it now, but I will bet you my left nut it would have been way better than the slop we've been getting out of Disney.
I don't know
Yes
about
or no?
that. I don't know
You don't
about
know
that.
about that?
No,
No,
I don't.
I don't know.
I don't.
All right, fine. You don't know, but I
I
think
don't know
it's
about it.
the more likely of the options. I think we would have liked whatever George Lucas had to say and make over the slop that Disney has been putting out. Oh, Ray is a new character. What's the villain? Oh shit, it's Palpatine. He's back for the 15th fucking time. Yeah, yeah. Sure.
Somehow
I,
Palpatine
I would. I,
returned.
I would have taken my chances with George and his ideas about midichlorians. Okay, you know what? I wish we go back to the time where that was the dumbest shit that come out of Star Wars. Okay, I wish. I wish we can go back to that time. Oh, great! I'm already riled up. I'm not even.
I would rather just have good stuff. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I want good stuff too. And you know what? It may have been good.
Yeah. I don't know. But hey,
Come
Andor.
on,
There's always
Andor.
Andor's coming
Oh,
out April.
one of
They
the
did announce
few.
that.
One of the
The
few
only thing I
highlights.
care about on this Star Wars.
Yeah, I think a lot of people only care about Andor. And I heard that they're it's season 2, but are they? I've heard reports that they're stopping it after season 2.
Yeah,
Like
because
that's it.
it'll end where Rogue One begins.
Oh, okay, perfect. Honestly, I think it's better that way.
Yeah. No, they're not gonna hold on. The vision was always have it linked to Rogue One. That's it.
Or somehow Andor returns after getting fucking obliterated
Yes,
on.
after yes, after that planet gets fucking demolished
Oh
by the
my
Death
God.
Star.
Yeah, what a great movie.
Not the
And-
Death Star. Sorry, they received the plans for the Death Star, but that planet still got nuked anyways.
Yeah. It wasn't fully if it wasn't fully powered, but still, like half the planet got essentially obliterated. But yeah, but Rogue One was really really good. Have you seen the director talk about it? How he actually had a completely different vision for the film before they did reshoots and stuff.
Oh, you mean the original director? Yeah, no, I did not.
Yeah, so he was actually he wanted to make it more like a wartime documentary kind of show,
Mhm.
but Disney thought it was like too dark. So they had him lighten it up a bit and do reshoots and all that good stuff. It's interesting. It's
Okay.
pretty yeah.
I mean, it's still a pretty mature movie. Like it's probably the most mature
It
out
is.
of all of them.
Absolutely. You know, out of all the Star Wars spin-offs, I think a lot of us, and especially in our group of friends, kind of said like, yeah, that's probably the standard as far as Star Wars spin-offs, like the Star Wars stories as they call them.
Yeah, because what was it? There was that Han Solo one no one wanted, which it wasn't even a bad movie. It's just no one wanted it.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is too. I think they were trying to make another movie, but halfway through production, they switched it to this one because Phil Lord and Christopher Miller were set to write and direct. And dude, those guys have been putting out banger after banger after banger. You know, they did 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street, the Lego movie,
Banger.
and the Spider-Verse movies, bangers, man. And for some reason, Disney was like, "Oh, we don't like what you're making," and they're like, "Well, that's what we want to make." And then they got rid of him and brought Ron Howard in, which for me, Ron Howard, I mean, he's done good shit, but he's very cookie cutter. I don't like the way he makes his movies,
Okay.
like the recent ones, the
Mhm.
recent ones. So
Like
so
what?
yeah,
Which one? Because I haven't seen a Ron Howard movie in a long time. The last one I saw, I think, was Beautiful Mind. That's a good
yeah,
movie.
no,
That's a very good
no,
movie.
that's still a fantastic movie. But again, for me, it's personal. The Dan Brown books, like the Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons.
Oh
Dude,
yeah, that's
bro,
right. He did do
no.
those.
Oh no! Like one was based on the book, and the other one was like loosely based. Like Scarlet Letter type shit.
Mhm.
And I'm like, why? And then he made another one that I haven't seen, called Inferno. Which, by the way, he skipped like a few of the books in the saga of Robert Langdon.
Uh-huh.
The hero of the Da Vinci Code and shit.
Mhm.
He skipped the whole ass book and just went straight to Inferno, and that movie was pure dog shit. Like just
Damn. Okay.
so bad, so bad.
Wow.
And
To hear
yeah,
that from you, because you're not exactly like the harsher critic.
no,
You're a
no,
little
I'm
more
not. I'm
easygoing
not.
than me. I'm a little harder to please. So to hear you rag on a
Yeah.
movie,
Yep, dog doo doo. And man, listen, man, I love Tom Hanks, I really do, but that movie was garbage. And also Felicity Jones, she played the main character, and dude, I love her. I really do. But she looked nothing like the character in the book. She was supposed to be like some blonde with blue eyes, and she just it's like they didn't even bother to put a blonde wig on her for the film. And I'm like, dude, really? Like you can't do some shit like that?
Well, she has blue eyes. So you could dye her hair blonde.
Yeah, but they didn't do that, man. They didn't do it. And also, like in the book, she was supposed to be like a super genius. Like I forgot the character's name, but she's a really, really smart person. But she suffers from a genetic defect that makes her bald, so her blonde hair is actually a wig.
Mm.
And yeah,
She has like
good.
alopecia.
Yeah, yeah, alopecia. But they described it something weird. I don't know. It's I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in a while, and I haven't read the book either. But yeah, dude, I don't like the way. I think Ron Howard is too safe of an option, and I really think that the whole point of the Star Wars spin-offs was to let new directors and new ideas be thrown around and see, how it meshed, because dude, Han Solo is supposed to be like, a fun type character, and I think they really missed out. And I think the Lord and Chris Miller could have done so much with the cast that they had, especially with Woody fucking Harrelson. Like, damn, dude. But yeah, but in the end, they didn't end up doing that. They just brought in cookie cutter directors to just make movies just for the hell of it, instead of trying new things with those spin-off stories. All right, rant over. Sorry about that. Sorry.
Yeah. So for this, going back to this trilogy here, there's been no details on it so far, so it remains to be seen what it actually will be, and God only knows when it'll actually come out. Because, like I said earlier, it's 14 movies that have been announced.
Yes.
And, like, we don't know shit about any of them.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know anything.
Yeah, we don't know anything, and also the we've talked about it before that the price of making a movie is increasing a lot. So 14 projects, and that each one of these, especially like the main episodic movies, are going to cost a shitload to make.
It's
So
easily 100 million plus per movie.
easy. Honestly, I would not be surprised if the new standard was 200 million plus. Like these guys are blowing wads of cash.
Oh yeah, on the high end, that's definitely that's the standard. 200 million. That's the
Yeah, dude,
high end movies. Yeah, 200 million.
Yeah,
200,
but they've been
250
doing.
million.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's a standard now. It's, at least with Disney, because they've been doing it a lot. I mean, they did it with the last Indiana Jones movie, and I think they also did it with the last Star Wars movie as well. Like, Disney has been doing it a lot, and I don't know why. I don't know if they think they have a lot of money to throw around. Which, I mean, I'm assuming they do, because it is Disney. But
Yeah, they make so much money off toys and the parks.
yeah,
They have money to burn.
Yeah, I know they got money to burn, but still, like, that's a bad practice, man. Because eventually it will run out, because, man, dude, Disney World is expensive. Like, almost nobody I know goes there anymore, or they go like once every 10 years type shit. But to bring it back, it's getting really, really expensive. So out of the 14 projects, I will not be surprised if half of those get canceled. Like, they just won't see the light of day. Like, it's like, oh yeah, we announced this project, and then never hear from it ever again.
Yeah, there was that Ryan Johnson one that never came out.
Oh yeah, he was supposed to get his own trilogy of movies after The Last Jedi, and then it came out, and it really that movie really split the fan base in half.
You really did.
Hey, dude.
And what is it with them and trilogies? They seem to like giving everyone trilogy. You get a trilogy, and you get a trilogy, and you get a trilogy.
Oh my god, D&D from Game of Thrones, they were supposed to get
a
trilogy as well.
That's right. And then those fucking bozos fucked up Game of Thrones, and they pretty much got fired.
You know what? Eat shit. They deserved it. They fucked Game of Thrones so hard. So hard. Even after HBO was like, listen, man, we'll give you whatever you need. Just like stick the landing, like make a good ending. And they're like, nah, screw you. We got a contract with Star Wars. You guys can suck our dicks. We're out of here.
They were like, you can't make a full-fledged, complete ending with a conclusive with a conclusive bow that ties everything together. And D&D were like, nah, I'd win. And then they just fucking we're like, all right, we're gonna do 7-episode season. We're gonna have a million things. We're gonna have 20 episodes of content and just cram it into 7.
Bro, it was so bad. It was so bad.
And now
Oh
guess
my
what? No
god.
one talks about Game of Thrones anymore.
No, dude. It's amazing. It's oh man, it's so amazing how that just tarnished its reputation.
In fact, everyone
But I hear
started
House
jumping on Chernobyl. I remember Chernobyl came
yeah.
out immediately afterwards, and everyone's like, "Yo, my friendship's done with Game of Thrones. Chernobyl's my new friend now."
Yeah.
Even though it has nothing to do with Game of Thrones. They're not even tangentially related.
Yeah, man, they wanted a fucking palate cleanser after being fed that garbage. But I haven't seen it, but I hear the House of the Dragon is pretty damn good.
Yes, I have heard that too. I'm very interested in watching it. I think I might just it might take a while for it to finish. I think they have like one more season or two more seasons, but they said they're doing like every other year though, because it's so
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the production budget on that is astronomical. But yeah, I think there's only two seasons right now, of House of the Dragon.
Yeah, and I think they said there could be like one or two more. I can't really
Oh,
remember.
yeah. Well, I'm sure. Yeah, there's House of the Dragon. There's also the Penguin as well that I've heard was phenomenal, like so good.
Yeah, season 4 they said. So they got two more seasons to go.
Okay, cool, excellent. What were we talking about? Oh, Simon Kinberg. That's
Yeah.
right. So yeah, Simon Kinberg, he can do it. I believe he can do it. I have faith, just because he worked on Rebels, which is pretty well beloved.
Yeah, he was a producer on it and he also wrote it and I think he also created it as well. So, you know, maybe he doesn't know X-Men very well, but he seems to understand Star Wars. So
Yeah,
maybe, hopefully, he can make something that's good.
yeah.
'Cause look,
I
no one wants bad Star Wars. We don't want bad Star
no,
Wars.
no one wants bad Star Wars, but that's all
We
that's all they seem to want to put out.
yeah,
It's lame.
we all lose when Star Wars is bad.
Yes, we all lose when Star Wars is bad.
Yeah. So let's move on to our next story here. And kind of annoying because originally I had Kotaku, and I don't know if Kotaku like removed it or something or it glitched out because I don't have my highlights
Oh man, again,
again. No, but I think
again.
it's not because of the highlight; it's because of Kotaku. But for our next story here, we have Ubisoft has been getting sued, and they're being sued by two Californian gamers who have been trying to expand it to a class action lawsuit. So the lawsuit was filed on November 4th, and the people bringing forth the complaint, the plaintiffs, they both purchased the games. They got physical copies of it, and well, as you know, the crew is no longer working, or at least
Yep.
it was taken off. I think they put it back on, but at this point, the damage has been kind of done. A lot of people they got really pissed about it, and well, now say to take some legal action, which is good, right? Because these kinds of actions are not good, and this is just particularly interesting of the crew because the crew has been kind of like a lightning rod for legal action against anti-game preservation actions, such as selling a game under the impression that it will be able to be played indefinitely, and then taking it offline, right? It's a single player game that's
Yeah.
essentially online only, which is what the crew is. And this has been
Yeah.
kind of a worrying trend that's been happening for years now, like decades at this point. Well over a decade. Like I remember Diablo 3 was like always online, like you had to be connected online all the time. At least for the PC version, which is weird because the console version you could just play it whenever you want. There is no online requirement.
Yeah.
So like Diablo 3, Diablo 4 recently also has an always online requirement for PC as well. And outside this lawsuit, there's also the Stop Killing Games movement, which we have talked about quite
Yes,
a
we
bit
have.
actually. So the actual initiative for it began in Europe. It was started by some European citizens who were mad over the crew closing down, even though they spent money on it, and they
Yeah, of
decided
course.
to start up a initiative, right? Which in EU law, an initiative is essentially like a written complaint that you send to your legislators, and your legislators, if it gets enough signatures, your legislators will be like, okay, well, we'll talk about it. Like we'll discuss it, but you have to get like those signatures first, and then afterwards they start talking about how to
Yeah.
enact it into law if it gets that far.
Yeah, of course.
And so the person who raised awareness on this was Accursed Farm. So this guy here, Ross, as he is called. And he really brought attention to this because this was mainly a European issue. But, this is something that affects everybody, right? Anybody who
Yes.
purchased a crew, or anybody who's purchased any online only single player game, because eventually an online game will go offline, and then you will not gain access to the game that you purchased.
Yes.
Yes, right. So right here you can see the petition right here. Also, what was it? There was a California law that was passed also saying that
Yes.
when you make a purchase, we did talk about it in a previous episode.
Yeah, we did.
When you make a purchase, you have to notify if the purchase is a license or if it's actual purchase, right? So you can't just use the words buy or purchase for a game that you're essentially just buying the license to, such as The Crew, which isn't always an online game, right? You don't actually own it. You just
you own the license.
Use a license to gain access to the game.
In fact, actually, the law actually even caused Steam to change its terms of service to where now the games will be listed in yellow, like with a warning, like, you're buying the license to the game, you're not actually buying the game itself. Which makes sense because they're trying to protect themselves legally, but but then you have it on the other side where we discussed like GOG says, no man, no, if you buy a game through us, it's yours. No one can take that away from you, which is great, and it's something that I wish Steam would do, but Valve works in mysterious ways. Sometimes we don't know what their freaking goals are, and I mean that like laughingly, like jokingly, but also they do some weird shit sometimes,
which we will talk about probably later on. Excuse me, later on the episode, because we had two Steam stories. Coming up pretty soon, or two stories concerning Valve. So for the lawsuit itself, the lawsuit says that the players were duped two ways. So first, by allegedly misleading players into thinking they were buying a game when they were merely licensing it, even if a player bought a physical disc. So that's a big thing, right? If the game is physically released, the impression is that you own the game. You can access it whenever you want. When you buy a DVD for a movie, right? The studio can't just walk into your house and grab the DVD and like, all right, you can't watch it anymore, right?
Yeah.
So the same logic kind of applies to games as well. And second, Ubisoft falsely represented that the Crew's files were on its physical discs to access freely, and that the discs weren't simply a key for the game. Ubisoft is violating California consumer protection law. So yeah, that's the other thing. Like that's been kind of a thing. I don't know if you've bought like a physical copy of a game and inside it just had the code and that was it.
Oh yeah, I've done that before.
Oh, okay. So like that's kind of what's been happening with The Crew, except the disc itself is like the key. And it's kind of annoying because I bought the PS5 and I bought the Spider-Man edition when it comes to Spider-Man, and I was under the impression because they have the box there, I'm pretty sure, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna get the box, right? And it's like you get the box, but it's just a key inside. Oh, now you can unlock the game. Like, come on, man. Okay, got fucking jebaited.
Yeah. Oh my lord.
That's pretty much what happened to these guys here. So they're currently trying to get it approved for a class action lawsuit. It has not expanded to a class action lawsuit, but if it did, that would be huge.
Yeah, it'd be really huge because it's really just about digital goods and consumer protection, and also games preservation as well is added into it. So yeah, I hope it goes through because it's it's about time that we made it clear that digital goods are goods, that are ours. It's not just about licensing and shit.
Yeah, no, most certainly. I definitely obviously there are exceptions like MMOs and stuff. Probably games that are like online multiplayer only, but like a game with like the Cruise case, it has a single player portion. You can play it offline.
Yeah,
technically, you can play it by yourself. You don't need. It doesn't require other people for you to play it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like like Overwatch, right? You need other people to play Overwatch unless you just do the AI bot stuff.
Yeah, but even then,
But the intention of the game is for you to play with other people.
Yes.
So best of luck to these guys. I hope I hope it expands into a class action lawsuit. I hope they win, because that will set a very great precedent going forward. I think it's good that California is taking steps to try and preserve consumer rights.
Yeah,
somewhat, in some way, especially when it comes to games, because consumer rights, especially of games, is really far behind because the laws haven't caught up to the digital age.
Yep.
So, you have any other thoughts?
Nope, nothing else on that.
Yeah, so very straightforward story. We also have another straightforward story here.
Yeah, and it bodes well for me.
Oh well. It's expensive though. All right. Why don't you
Oh,
lead us?
it's fine. All right, so this comes from PC Gamer. Nvidia has reportedly killed production of all RTX 40 GPUs, apart from the 4050 and the 4060, as the 50 series GPUs could arrive earlier than expected. Essentially speaking, Nvidia is going to release the new graphics cards much sooner than everyone thought. So much so that they're stopping all production on on the 40 series. So they're going to make what they have right now, and that'll be the last of the 40s, and then they're going to ramp. They're going to do the 50s. So the implication of all this, specifically, the news follows earlier reports that in September, NVIDIA's plans to end production of the AD102 chip were found inside the RTX 4090 and the 4090D, and those are the same chips that they've used for the 4060 desktop and the mobile and the 4050 mobile. So, I mean, this is also pretty straightforward. NVIDIA is going to stop production on the 40 series so that they can start on the 50, which means that they're going to release it sometime very, very soon. Hopefully for the holiday season. However, there is no hard date or even a timeline of when these new cards are going to be coming out. So the RTX 50 family will launch. Let me see. Oh, never mind. It actually says right here. Won't appear until January. So
It's implied. So 5090 will
yeah,
be implied for January,
yeah,
5070 for February or March, and the 5060 and 5060 Ti perhaps a month later. So I'm bullish.
yeah,
So the 5090 will be the big one, right? Because the 90 is always, the big boy, and then the 70s
yeah,
the less powerful but more economical one, and then you get the 5060s. The 60s for any series will always be like the most economical one, but the least powerful.
yeah, exactly. Which bodes well, considering that. Well, I'm trying to build a new computer to play Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yes, we're gonna need some new
Yeah, dude, we
setups,
need.
man.
Yeah, man, we need the juice. I
What do
need the juice.
you what do you have right now?
An RTX 2080 Super, I believe. Let me pull up my.
Oh,
Let me
really?
pull up
I
my
have a 2080
computer.
Super.
Yeah, no, I think you actually have. I think you have the better.
Yeah, I do have the better one. I know
Yeah,
for a
you got.
fact I have a 2080 Super, so you might have something a little less. You might have a 2070.
Yeah. Oh, but I guess I can't. I gotta upgrade to the Nvidia app. Great, thanks, dude. I just wanted to know what my fucking graphics card was. Yeah, for God's sake. All right, whatever. I know. I am willing to bet that it's a 2080 Super.
Okay.
But any case, we will. Yeah, so we're gonna be having a pretty delicious lineup of cards to use, and it'll be fun going through Micro Center to.
Yeah, okay, you broke up there a little bit. But you're back, you're back.
Oh, sorry, I'm back. I'm back. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
No, I was saying
Micro
like it's
Center.
gonna be delicious going through Micro Center. Yeah, yeah. No Best Buy. I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
Not going to
definitely
you.
it'll
But
be fun doing
technically
some
speaking,
computer shopping.
yeah.
Speaking what?
It the technically speaking though, the 40 series should be cheaper if they're going to come out with new cards, but if they're going to stop production on them, wouldn't that would make them more expensive, right? Because they're not like in circulation anymore.
Yeah, I mean considering they're stopping so soon. If there's I mean, it depends. Like if the 50 starts selling really well, there won't be much demand for the 40. That means prices
Yeah,
will go down for it. But
yeah,
if the supply is, too little because they stop production so soon and the 50 doesn't sell as fast as it should, then yeah, the 40s will probably go up in price due to rarity.
yeah. We'll have to keep a lookout for that then. I would love to my hands on a graphics card like the 50 series, but
It's gonna be expensive as fuck. Because I just looked it up right now for the 40s. It's like $1,200,
for the 40s,
$1,200 to $1,500.
yeah,
So, man, I would just be happy with a 30 series. I think a 30 series would probably
yeah,
carry me for a while. Just be like, you know what? I'll just spend like $600, $700 on just that, and I'll be
yeah.
good.
I kind of wish there was a way to test I wish there was a way to test like benchmarks without having to buy the game. But I guess we can always do like, can you run it, doc? Can my PC run this?
Oh yeah, you can always do that. I mean, for
Yeah,
wilds, probably cannot run it. At least not the recommended, but like you don't need it at the recommend. Depending on how optimized the game is, you probably don't have to always run it at the recommended in order to get good results. Like I think Doom Eternal, like I was below. I had I had your not yours. No, I didn't have the 970. I had a 1080, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
But I think my CPU was like underpowered, and like that game still ran flawlessly, and I ran it on high, and then at 60, and it ran perfectly fine. So it was
Okay.
absolutely beautiful. But id Software, those guys are like black wizards with their technology. They managed to get the game to run on Doom 2016 to run on a Switch. That should tell, and it runs really well apparently. That should tell you the technical prowess that they have there, how excellent their engineers are, which not everyone can say. Yeah, so I'm seeing right now, it's at least for me, I can't. I don't have enough. I don't have enough dedicated RAM.
Oh yeah, let me see. Let me see what I'm missing. Yeah, it's my graphics card. But everything else as actually meets the standard.
Yeah, everything else here, I'm more than okay with.
Oh, it's weird.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, it's weird. So mine says that I don't have enough dedicated video RAM, but it meets the 8 gigs, and to you as well, actually.
AMD 12 gig. I don't know what that means.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm very confused. Well, I guess because remember, AMD has their own graphics cards, so I guess they measure their RAM a bit differently. But
Okay.
yeah, so damn. Okay, so in reality, the graphics card is the damn. What'd you call it? The bottleneck?
Yeah, that would be your bottleneck in your case.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, if again, very simple, straightforward story. Hopefully, it's affordable. It's affordable 50 series GPUs could really expect. Okay. Yeah, I just hope it comes out soon. Hopefully, it's affordable. Maybe I'll just jump straight to the 50. I don't know. That'll be very expensive though. But we can at least buy everything else. You can buy like our CPUs and stuff, other boards.
Hell yeah.
Because I pretty much gotta upgrade everything again.
Again. Yeah. Well, hey, Micro Center. We're gonna go Christmas shopping together.
Yay! All right. So for our next story, we have GOG. We talk about games preservation now, just with Ubisoft and the crew, and about how important it is to preserve our games. And it seems that GOG also agrees that game preservation is important because they have recently announced that they are going to launch an initiative, a new program where they're going to preserve old games, as many old games they can get their hands on. So you can see here, right? They have hundreds of games, well, over 100 games, exactly 100 games, I'm sorry, and have made 501 improvements to all these games. And as you can see here, like you got games like SWAT 4, which is like a classic FPS game, the original Diablo with the Hellfire expansion, which I don't even know if Blizzard sells that, System Shock 2, Fallout New Vegas, a lot of really good games like Dungeon Keeper 2, which is a game from the 90s. It's a lot of old games here, right? They recently released the Resident Evil games, the original ones. They ported to PC. It probably doesn't run very well, but it's kind of meh. But like considering, it's a PS1 game, they had to reverse engineer it. It's still pretty impressive and commendable that they decided to preserve the original versions of these games. Heroes of like Mighty Magic 3, Roller Coaster Tycoon. But as you can see, right, a lot of games are being preserved, which is great. I really would like it if Steam possibly did something like this, because at least as far as like old games go, like I love Steam, but they just give you the game like as is, and if it doesn't fucking work, like it just doesn't work.
It doesn't work. They're just like,
they make no attempts to try like make improvements on it, unlike GOG, where I have purchased games on GOG and like it works just fine, but then I buy the same version on Steam and it wouldn't work. Like Quake didn't originally work on Steam at first until id and Bethesda decided to make upgrades to it, and now it runs beautifully and has like a ton of like great graphical options they added onto it. But originally it did not. So I actually got the GOG version because I didn't want to go through the trouble of like getting patches for it to get it to work and stuff. So I just went to GOG and bought it on there. And then also Vampire the Masquerade, I think there's another one there. It was another game. This is a great game. This is a game made by Troika, which is a studio founded by some of the original developers of Fallout, the first 2 Fallout games. And it's a vampire-themed RPG game that's great. But then I bought the Steam version, and it didn't fucking work. I had to patch it. I had to get like the fan patch for it. And apparently the game was all super buggy, so you had to patch it anyways. But it wouldn't run from Steam.
Yeah.
So it's just another example of preservations happening here, which is good.
It is good.
Any thoughts? I mean, something I really want to just quickly go over. It was not like a huge story, to be honest.
Well, I mean, it's still important because, and listen, I'm a history buff, and this is my hobby. This is our hobby. So to watch people come together to commemorate these games and essentially, enshrine them and catalog them, I think it's important. I think it's very important. games as a medium is growing exponentially. During the COVID pandemic, it actually made the industry made more money than Hollywood and a lot of established entertainment
Well, I mean, yeah,
industry.
no one's going to the movies, but even then,
Yeah, no, but even then,
gaming is the number one most profitable entertainment media entertainment field in the world.
yes, yes. So we've come a long way, and this is, well, like I said, this is our hobby. So I wanna
Yeah,
we
there's a
we,
lot
we
of
all we all should do preserve it.
yeah, there's a lot of great old games out there that deserve to be recognized by other people. Like I just told you, Vampire the Masquerade is a great game.
Yeah.
It's a very very good game. It just had a troubled history because it got rushed out the door and it got screwed by Activision. It got released the same day as Half-Life 2. Literally
Oh
the
Lord.
same exact day as Half-Life 2. So obviously it fucking bombed. And then
Yes.
Activision pretty much went like, nah, we're gonna close the studio.
Poor bastards.
Yeah, I know, poor
Well,
bastards.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I have nothing more to say on that.
Okay. But you do have something to say on some workers' rights, huh?
Oh my God, my favorite, workers' rights. No, but seriously.
Walk us through our next
Well,
story.
friend of the show, once again returning.
Microsoft, along with Ubisoft, which, by the way, I should have mentioned that,
So it
right?
turns out
This is
there's a
like
bunch of Microsoft studios that are going on strike.
Hello?
How many episodes in a row have we have we mentioned this
You're on a
crap?
massive delay. Hello?
Oh, I am. Oh, whoops. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. It's just I said something and
Is the
you didn't speak until like 10 seconds later.
Sorry, my bad. I guess there is a delay. Sorry, folks. But you're saying about Ubisoft?
Yeah, they've appeared like what 5 episodes now in a row.
Yeah. Well, now Microsoft too. Damn, like Microsoft and Ubisoft have now been staples on the show for 5 straight episodes. Whether it's bullshit, well, actually, no, it's all bullshit. And this is the latest slew of horse crap. So there's a lot of Microsoft studios that are protesting Microsoft, even as Phil Spencer insists the Xbox business is, quote, never been more healthy. Oh, gee, I'm really glad. So there's hundreds of unionized ZeniMax workers going on strike as of November 13th, and this is as a result of lack of bargaining by parent company Microsoft. They did the one day strike to call out Microsoft for an alleged lack of progress as far as bargaining over remote work and for allegedly unilaterally outsourcing QA work without bargaining from the union. So it just sounds like typical fucky wucky from the executives trying to screw over union workers by trying to outsource work to get around the unions. But yeah, well, this is actually in connection to 2023 when ZeniMax formed the first video game studio union at Microsoft. So now that the union has been formed, now they're starting to actually get some shit done by planning strikes and protesting the Microsoft executives. So last month, the Communication Workers of America Union, the CWA, they filed unfair labor practice charges against ZeniMax for contracting out work without notification, which is in relation to the quality assurance, and also in response to record layoffs across the video game industry, which Microsoft has been at the forefront. How many? How many jobs so far, dude? Have they over 2,000? Yes, yes, indeed. All while the CEO of Microsoft got a 62% pay raise. Congratulations, fuckface. Anyway, so and it's funny, and in response to all this, Phil Spencer insists that the Xbox business has never been more healthy, which is why they are trying so hard, or not trying at all, to make any new Xbox hardware and just giving up completely and focusing on Game Pass. So yeah, Union are starting to put the screws to Microsoft. Hopefully, they can get some good benefits out of it and fight for workers' rights.
By the way, I was muted.
What?
I was muted. I forgot to unmute myself.
Oh, you were muted. Oh,
Yeah,
what were you saying?
I was saying he got 79 million. You said the CEO.
Oh, see. Oh no, you did say that. You were.
No, but I was muted. I was muted on the OBS recording.
Okay. All right. But yes. So what are your thoughts on Microsoft and their bullshit?
Fuck them. I hope the workers get something out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely deserve it, especially over in ZeniMax, because ZeniMax is like the fucking worst.
They really, yeah, dude.
Out of all of them, like they're the worst.
Yeah. It's not even fair, dude. Yeah, I mean they make Fallout, Elder Scrolls, and Doom. You know those workers. They work so hard to make those games, and they get fucked. Oh, and it turns out actually it was the strikes were taking place across Maryland and Texas. Woohoo, Texas!
Yeah, that's where their studios are based. Bethesda's based in Maryland.
Yeah,
Bethesda, Maryland. That's why they call it Bethesda.
yeah.
Bethesda, Maryland. And then it is over in,
Austin.
yeah, I think Austin.
Yeah, I mean that's where all. I think Austin is becoming like one of the new centers for tech.
It's either Austin or Dallas.
I want to. I'm gonna put my money on Austin. Actually, I'll look it up real quick.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I hope, they make gains on this. I'm always almost always in favor of workers' rights, right?
Austin.
Especially with how, poor labor representation is or union representation is in the gaming industry. Like, it's one of the least represented by unions. So to see, union registrations go up in the gaming industry is a good thing, because it gives these employees more bargaining power, better contracts, and better pay, and be treated better, to be treated like actual people. Because, as we talk about over and over again, these workers are treated like just tools that are just disposed of when they're done, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we made record profits. All right, now you're all fired because we have to make room for profit margins for next quarter.
Oh my god, it's fucking blows.
Anything else?
No, not as far as unions. I mean, Microsoft is again. Oh man, they are just dude. They just cannot stop taking L's, bro. Like it's crazy. It's insanity. It's like all this money you spend just to take L after L. And so you're taking L's with as far as workers and unions. And you'll talk about some, you'll talk about some other stuff now.
Yeah,
but I think
we can talk about that now, actually.
Yeah.
So keeping on the Microsoft train, there's been an interesting interview that Phil Spencer did with Bloomberg, where he spoke about the future direction of Microsoft, and there was some interesting tidbits on it. 3 in particular. The first being that Phil pretty much saying that, yeah, nothing's off the table when it comes to multi-platform. Everything can be multi-platformed. Even Halo is possibly on the table, or at least that's the implication. He also spoke about how, despite them spending $69 billion on Activision Blizzard, they're still open for more acquisitions. Which, oh my god, please don't. And he also spoke about some handheld, that they're actually interested in handheld, but they're still working on it and are years away. But to the first point, he says that there are no red lines when it comes to the first party lineup, and that pretty much any one of them can go, up for any platform, like Nintendo, Switch, or whatever, Switch 2, whatever that's going to be called officially, or even PlayStation itself. And this is not unusual, given that they've already released, smaller games like Pentiment and Grounded and Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves for other platforms. And initially people were like, oh, those are just smaller games, right? Surely they're not going to put Halo on multi-platform, but at this point, right, Phil is saying, no, that's going to be on the board. And considering that Halo has been moved to the Unreal Engine, it's going to be a lot easier for them to make it multi-platform, so that way they don't have to optimize their proprietary engine for like a completely different architecture. They could just work on it with Unreal, because Unreal is already meant for multiple platforms. Also, Doom, The Dark Ages, the new Doom game that will come out next year, is also confirmed for PS5.
Ooh.
So clearly, right, he's really kept his word on that. Like nothing's off the table.
Yeah.
And these guys are pretty much in the business of just making money off your software. Like, hardware be damned. I think we've said this a lot this year. It's been kind of a running theme with Microsoft that, like, Microsoft has pretty much waved the flag on the console war. Yep. And who knows what the repercussions of that's going to be. But on the acquisition side, they said that they're still interested in acquisitions, but not anytime soon, obviously, because they just spent $69 billion on Activision Blizzard. But he did say in the interview that he was interested in places that will provide geographic diversity, which pretty much just means Asia. So it seems that Phil and Microsoft will be keeping their eye on the Asian market. And as far as the mergers will go, considering that Trump is now going to be our president for the next 4 years. He's a much more business lax, much more business friendly administration. So chances are that any acquisitions that occur within those 4 years will probably get approved very swiftly, as opposed to this past year where Microsoft was fighting with the FTC, which is led by the Biden administration, over the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. And then finally, Phil pretty much said that, yeah, we're working on Xbox handhelds. We're very interested in bringing them forward, but like we have nothing else, have just prototypes. So any thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, it seems like they're just, well, as far as the handheld, the Switch obviously proved that you can have a pretty good gaming console that you can take on the go or leave at home. And, of course, the Steam Deck kind of blew everything out of the water as well. So Xbox wants to get in on it. But again, it's weird considering that they gave up on hardware, but now all of a sudden they want to take a crack at a handheld when they can't even make a working Xbox. But whatever.
It's definitely strange. But like you said, the success of the Switch, the Steam Deck, has probably also really brought eyes on like what handheld can accomplish.
Yeah, and also we also should mention like the Asus ROG.
Yeah,
that
one too.
Yeah. Just those are like those are the three most.
Switch.
Those are the three main ones that showed that mobile gaming, it can be good. Like it doesn't have to be a Game Boy. You can play graphically demanding games on the go
or a phone.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, Genshin Impact.
You can play actual games on glorified, pretty 3D casino games.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I would like for them to succeed.
Or waifu gacha games like Genshin, like you said.
Yeah, like Genshin, yeah. Or Honkai Star Rail.
Or Zelda Zone Zero that came out also.
That one, great, another one. I've never even heard of that one. How was
that's on Epic. That's why you haven't heard of it, because it's an Epic.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Oh, sorry, I had it on there. Fucking Epic. But yeah, I would like for them to succeed because more products leads to innovation and all that happy horse shit. But they're just in the business of making money, but making money through firing people and through the Game Pass.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's kind of sad. Like if you've been like a lifelong Microsoft fan, like if you were an Xbox fan, like this is them just being like, fuck it.
Dude, they were really competitive at some point, man. Like, dude, the original Xbox launched late into the console cycle. Like the PS2 already had a massive catalog of games when the Xbox came out, and and they literally broke into the scene with Halo, and literally with just one game, they were able to compete with PlayStation. And now that's it. I look at where we are now. It's really sad.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like if you're just a person who's like, oh well, I just want to play games, I guess it's great for you because you're gonna be able to experience it no matter what. And us, we're on PC, so like we're unaffected by this. But
yeah,
for those people who are like mainly Xbox console gamers, right? Yeah. This could really suck. I remember like for a while, like earlier this year, when people were saying like, Xbox is gonna go multi-platform, like they're done with hardware. A lot of people were coping and being like, no, that's not true, right? And some people were just angry. They were like, what the fuck? Like, why are they just giving up? Like, they were really questioning the decision making and leadership of Phil Spencer in the direction that he and Satya Nadella wants to take the Xbox gaming.
Yeah,
and it seems like this is the direction they want to go with. They want to just be third party publishers with maybe like a console will be released here or there, but like that's not the concern. The concern is just we need to get you in the ecosystem. That's it.
Yep.
And no matter how you get into the ecosystem, we're just gonna get you in. Whereas with Nintendo's gonna give you a cool console that does cool things that no other console does, and it'll give you really fun and unique games that take advantage of that console. Mm-hmm. They did it with the Wii. They did it with the Wii U. Even though the Wii U was, not the biggest success, to put it lightly. And then you had the Switch, which was a fucking mega success. And then the 3DS, the DS, right? Those are all, unique electronic devices that had really cool exclusives that you can only play on there.
Yeah.
And they felt like unique. They felt curtailed to those consoles. especially like the Switch. I mean, not the Switch, the DS, 3DS, and the Wii. Even
Yeah.
though like the Wii, like it didn't work half the time. I don't know if you remember like motion consoles, motion controls. That stuff didn't work
Yeah,
half the time.
I remember. Trust me, I remember. How could I forget? I love my Wii though.
Yeah. Do you have any other comments on like their future, Microsoft?
No, not really, dude. I mean, it's just kind of more the same song and dance. Just now they're gonna try to do a handheld, but just because they're probably chasing, the Steam Deck and the Switch. But that's it, And of course, multi-platform release with their previous IPs that were, you know, Xbox exclusives. And it's like they don't have an identity anymore. It's really just, a mega gaming blob
Yeah, just
that consumes all.
that just consume everything and
And
just and
and
then
still
release.
and they still want to consume. Fuck. So it's crazy.
Yeah, but you know what else is crazy?
What is crazy?
Well, that Half Life though.
Oh man, dude. Ugh. Yeah, I saw that. I'll get to it in a bit. But yes. So, article from PC Gamer. So in typical Valve fashion, they dropped just a casual 2 hours of documentary on the making of Half-Life 2.
Is it
So
actually 2 hours? Holy shit!
yes, dude, it's 2 hours long.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's 2 hours long.
Also, flashback, strobe light. Okay.
Oh my
Continue.
god. Jesus Christ.
Continue.
Continue. Oh yeah, sorry. So as you guys know, I think it was last year Valve released a 1 hour documentary on Half-Life 1, which actually was pretty good. I liked it a lot. I encourage everyone to watch it because it really goes to show you like how the mindset of Valve and how they started and what their priorities were when it came to making video games, and how that philosophy actually is what pushes them forward into making other games that they're making now, or lack of games they're making now. But you know what I mean. And so now they released a documentary for Half-Life 2 to commemorate the 20th anniversary for one of many considered to be the greatest game, the most influential game of all time. But as far as the documentary goes, there was a lot to digest, especially in regards to the fabled Half-Life 3 or Half-Life 2 Episode 3, which is kind of two names for the same game. Gabe Newell expressed essentially what he considered to be his personal failure in regards to the game. My personal failure was being stumped in terms of Half-Life Episode 3. They couldn't, because, quote, he couldn't figure out why doing Episode 3 was pushing anything forward. So in the TLDR for the articles, Gabe Newell essentially said that the reason why Half-Life 3 could not get made was because he felt as if it wasn't pushing anything forward as far as game design. And an example that he placed, and you can actually see in the article, and they talk about it in the documentary as well, was a new weapon that they were testing, when they were making the game, called the ice gun. So the ice gun was essentially the pulse rifle from Half-Life 2 that shot a beam and it made ice. And you would use the ice to make cover. You can then also use the ice to slide around. Actually, yeah, I think you could see it in this video right here. It'll explain it more succinctly.
I'm not gonna play the whole thing. Just keep going while I.
Yeah. So, and even an ice ray, and the ice ray could make it so that you were kind of like Frozone. So you put the ice on the floor and make a little ramp like that. There you go, and kind of use it to jump across gaps or to get movement speed. But the main problem that everyone thought was, there is nothing in terms. Oh shit! Sorry, I forgot about that. The game design aspect of it, they felt they weren't doing anything worthwhile in terms of game design that justified the need for a sequel, and that's why they felt stuck. Well, at least in terms of in terms of what Gabe Newell said. And they even said, it was a huge missed opportunity because they could have easily released the game, but they felt it wouldn't have been a worthwhile sequel. And of course, as time goes on and hype builds up, the hype it gets too much that anything they put out would have eventually ended up in failure. But knowing this now, I really think they should have just released what they had. Even if game design wise it was the same, as Half-Life 2 and Half-Life 2 episodes 1 and 2, and just do it so that you can finish the story that you had placed. Because for God's sake, man, you don't leave people on a cliffhanger and then leave for what, 13 years? When did Half-Life 2 episode 2 come out?
Came out October 10th, 2007.
Jesus Christ. Well then.
And then episode 1 came out 2006, so the year prior.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's the irony was the episodic content was supposed to alleviate the problems with game development so that they can make episode after episode and they can release it more frequently, like every 1 or 2 years. And yeah, that didn't work out too well. So they really should have, like I said, they should have just released it. Even if the game design and the gameplay was exactly the same as the previous games, for story purposes, they should have just finished it and then be able to move on. However, in the article, it did say that the Left 4 Dead team needed help shipping, so they stopped production on the game, and then they just they never went back. They never like went back to it.
Yeah, how to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, episode when Left 4 Dead needed help shipping, the episode 3 team paused work on the next Half-Life campaign to pitch in, and so pretty much they put it down and they never picked it back up.
Yep, they never picked it back up. Exactly.
But yeah, I agree with you, dude. Like, come on, like it's such a when I think of that, when I think of that response, I think that's such a cop out answer. Like it's like, okay, so what? Like, does every game need to push like some kind of crazy new mechanic forward? I mean, I would understand if it was like, like a new IP or something. Like maybe you're working on a new IP, and it's like, well, this is too similar to Half-Life. Let's just not make this, right? I would understand that, right? But this is the final part of like your series right here.
Yeah.
So it's like, nah, I don't feel like working on it anymore because it's not innovative. And what about the story? Like, you have tons of people who are invested in the story. It's like you have like a TV show. It'd be like watching a TV show, and then the creators or the writers like just can't come up with some cool twist for the end. So they just say, fuck it, you know what? Let's just end this cliffhanger here. We can't come up with a cool twist for like a new season.
Yeah. No, it makes exactly. And to Valve's credit, that's a design philosophy that they've had since Half-Life 1, and it's interesting how that same design philosophy that put them on the map as far as a game studio is coming back to haunt them now. And honestly, I think it also feeds into why they're not making any games today. They're barely making any games whatsoever because they're toying with a whole bunch of ideas for innovation purposes, and they're just like, oh, these ideas are cool, but I don't think we can really make a game with these kinds of ideas, and then they just scrap it. And so I think that's why they're investing heavily into VR, because if they can get VR to work, that opens up a whole bunch of opportunities for so many different innovations in gameplay and game design. And you see it in Half-Life Alyx, which, bro, the biggest blue balls ever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. By the way, spoilers for Half-Life Alyx. I have not played it, but I did watch like the ending, and I'm like, it actually made me upset. Wait, do you want to hear it or no?
Sure.
No.
I'm not gonna play it soon.
Okay, yeah, I don't me neither. But so essentially at the end of the game, Alyx releases the G-Man because apparently he was imprisoned by the Combine, and that's literally like the end. So the G-Man's like, "Oh, hey, thanks for saving me. Like I'll essentially grant you any wish." And she's like, "Oh, I want the Combine off Earth." And he's like, "Oh, anything but that, because I got people that are very invested in the Combine being on Earth. But I can instead save your father's life." And it shows the ending of Half-Life 2 episode 2 when oh my god, what's the guy's name? Eli? Yeah, I think Eli.
Is her dad?
Yeah, Eli Vance. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think
her father, yeah.
Yeah, her father, Eli Vance. It shows the ending of Half-Life episode 2 where he dies, and he's like, "Oh my god, no." And he's like, "I can save him, but you'll have to work for me now." And essentially, she takes Gordon Freeman's job of being the G-Man's person. Because like, Gordon Freeman is like I don't even know what you'd call it. Like his agent?
Yeah.
Or whatever? Yeah, something like that. So he releases Gordon and takes Alyx in. And then the ending is literally the Eli is alive, Alyx is gone, and he's like, "Damn it, they took my daughter. You gotta save her, Gordon," and throws him the crowbar, and you're in first person Gordon Freeman VR, grabbing the crowbar, you catch it with the VR hand, and then the game ends. And I was
Oh
like, "You
my god.
motherfuckers! I hate all of you! Why did you do that?" And bro, I was like excited and pissed because again, they're fucking with us at that point. So again, like just release it already, especially now that you've essentially changed the story because the now it's another cliffhanger, but with something else happening. So now the story has changed. So now people want to know where the new story direction is going with.
Oh man. But you know
Yeah,
that
dude.
tells me though. That tells me if they do, it'll be VR.
Yeah,
That'll probably be like the next Half-Life game. Like if they ever come around to finishing the story, it'll be a VR game.
yeah.
That's what they're gonna want to do because that's like the big innovation in their eyes. I imagine with Half-Life Alex.
It is, and to be fair, they're correct. VR is going to be the next thing, but it has to be. They have to fix the obvious issues with it, especially in terms of movement. I think VR will only work if there is a treadmill associated with it. You know, like the where you can actually move your body and have it. And what's the word I'm looking for? Match with what your eyes are seeing. So your eyes sync. Thank you. Thank you. So it can actually sync with your body movements and your mind. Because one of the problems with VR and a problem that I have is you move in game, your eyes tell you're moving, your sense of balance tells you're moving, but your body itself is like staying in one spot. And that desync actually fucks with you pretty bad.
Yeah, people get motion sickness from that.
Yes, dude, it's really, really bad. But the treadmill fixes that problem. I have not done a VR with a treadmill, but I see it as super fun. And I think, like Ready Player One type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can do that and mass market that, it'll the next revolution in gaming will happen. And I think they're trying really hard to make it happen, especially with Gabe dabbling in artificial intelligence. His new company that he started. I think we covered it a couple episodes
We
ago.
discussed it a little bit, but we didn't actually cover a story.
Oh yeah,
we talked
yeah.
about
But
it a
he's
little
just-
bit in passing.
Yeah, in passing, because no one really knows what the hell they're doing over there. We just know that the founder, Gabe, Lord Gavin, is now like a part of a company that deals with artificial intelligence. So everyone was like, "Oh, word? That's interesting." Designing new AI to target sales on Steam. To each individual user, you'll get your own personalized sale for that game that's been on your wish list for like 2 years. Yeah, go and watch the video. By the way, the ending is on YouTube, obviously, so you can watch it. And you'll see like, damn, they really are just cock teasing us.
Yeah. I looked at the synopsis on Wikipedia a little bit. Like, oh my god. Okay.
Yes, dude. Yeah.
Oh, why?
I know, dude. I know. Trust me, I know. But back to Half-Life Episode 3. So they do feel regret over not releasing this game. And well, whether they're going to actually do a proper sequel, we'll honestly never know. Because right now, Valve has been enshrouded in mystery for so long. No one knows what the fuck they're doing over there. They're open secret deadlock. They're not even releasing to the public. It's really just,
It's so weird.
It is so strange. It is so weird because you see all these videos of YouTubers and stuff playing the game, but Valve themselves are like, I don't know what you're talking about. There's no such thing. Oh, by the way, this game we're gonna probably announce it at some time soon, but it doesn't exist. And then it has its own Steam page now. So I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing. And you know what the worst part is? People are saying that the game is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I remember when we first saw it, we really didn't know like how to feel about it. We were actually feeling kind of really negative, at least I was, about the game.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh no, it's a certified Valve banger, and I'm like, oh wow, we haven't had one of those in years.
But you know what's not a banger?
Oh no, not a banger at all.
Racism is definitely not a banger.
No, racism is pretty bad actually, from what I've been told.
Yes, I've been told that too. And well, according to the Anti-Defamation League, Steam has a big hate and race extremism problem. So this was released recently as well. So this was actually kind of a stealth bomb as well. Like I feel like not a lot of people are really talking about it, even though I think it's kind of warranted to talk about it because, you were just talking about how Steam is so laissez-faire with Deadlock, and it seems like they take that approach with everything, and for better or for worse, because that can have a lot of benefits, right? When a company just fucks off and just lets you do you.
Yeah, essentially let the free market do its thing. That's their motto. Yeah.
Or just let people just do what they want to do, right? It's very it's very helpful, right? But it can also be very damaging, at least in the Anti-Defamation League's report, which you can find here, right, on ADL.org. So apparently the ADL did an unprecedented platform-wide analysis of public data on Steam, and that involved reviewing 458 million user profiles, 152 million profile and user group avatar images, and 610 million user comments. And they found millions of examples of extremist and hateful content, including explicit hate symbols like Sonenrads and happy merches, as well as copy pastas, which have been shaped into swastikas. And game mods too have also been found to have hateful content in it, as in particular Gary's mod, which had references to mass shootings, particularly the 2019 shooting in New Zealand. I don't know if you remember that one.
No, I don't remember that one.
Yeah, this guy shot like 70 something people.
Oh Lord!
By a church, I think. He was a white supremacist. He just shot up the place. So references to that. Like, I don't know like specifically what the reference is, like in what way it plays out, but if ADL probably found it problematic. And also, according to the report, Steam doesn't really do enough to curtail these problems. They have found, images of like Pippa the Frog. So Pippa the Frog himself, like, is not hateful, but a lot of times he's associated with Nazi imagery. Like a lot of times he'll be like wearing Nazi clothes and have swastikas and stuff. And there's some very disturbing images on here, like some, or at least problematic, right? So like you have like this one in particular, which is very, very bad.
Oh damn!
And
that's
this one,
yeah.
No, I don't know what this is. These are just images that they found.
Oh, okay.
These are probably like username. These were like user icons and stuff that were found on here, or just images that were. Yeah, so as you can see, pretty fucked. Yeah, from left to right, anti-Semitic Steam community avatar.
Oh, so yeah, those are avatars. Like, okay, shit.
Yes, this is for Steam community. So these are groups of people that have been found here. Then copy pasta here that's meant to look like a fucked up swastika, stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I had to squint for that one. Forgive me.
And apparently, this isn't the first time Steam has, gone into hot water over this. Apparently, PC Gamer did their own report on it back in 2018, and in 2022, U.S. Senator Maggie Hassan sent a letter to Gabe Newell asking if he's gonna do anything about a lot of the problematic content, a lot of the neo-Nazi extremist, sexist comments that or content that can be found on Valve. So, any thoughts on this?
Man, I can't believe they did my boy Pepe like that. Well, I mean, as far as the ADL, they're pretty. Honestly, dude, I'm not sure. Because the ADL declaring Pepe himself as a symbol of hate, for me, just it makes you look stupid. Because like you can make Pepe to look anti-Semitic with the pictures you've shown holding the Nazi imagery, Nazi clothes, the swastika, and all that crap. But you can technically do that with anything. So it really comes down to like, yeah, okay, they make a case for hate speech, but then who gets to define what hate speech is. And to make Pepe, which is 54% of the hateful images. Well, sorry, I meant because Pepe himself is not a hateful image, but just like you said, he's associated with it. Oh, look, there's a chart right there, actually. Yeah, dude. So out of how much was it? Like in total?
What was that?
Because I know.
What do you mean? In total,
so like 55%.
544,267 counts.
Yes, but out of like how much is the total? Like 60 something thousand? No,
it was 54.6%.
Yeah. Well, the point is, a lot of it is Pepe. Pepper the Frog, and I don't know, man.
And
Because
this report also found user profiles that are pro like Hamas
ISIS
and
flag,
ISIS, right? Showing the ISIS flag,
yes,
showing, you know, terrorists
yeah,
in the actual pictures,
yeah.
their profile
So that's
pictures.
just yeah, and those copy pastas, yeah, that's pretty awful. And of course, yeah, the swastika is like the most copy pasted image.
Yeah, very detailed. So like they did look through their
No,
homework.
no, they did. They absolutely did their homework. Nuke. Oh Jesus, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so weird though because a lot of
Yeah.
wait, what? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
was
showing that on there.
no. It's fine. Wait. See.
Yeah,
Oh, all right.
I'm
Yes.
not showing that.
No. Please don't. Please don't. Sorry. It caught me off guard because it was just a random girl like wiping her face. I'm like, what? I'm like, what is that? And then I saw what the ad was. I was like, oh, ew. What the fuck? Gross.
Yeah, no, I'm not showing that.
So yeah, no. Some of those like usernames for Steam, it's so stupid. Wait, who's that? Who's that guy?
Brenton Tarrant. This is the shooter
Oh, that's
of
the
the
New
Christian
Zealand.
church. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
Brenton Tarrant, who killed 51 people and injured 89 more in a 2019 attack on a mosque in Christchurch. That was a mosque, okay. In Christchurch, New Zealand. And Anders Breivik, a Norwegian white supremacist who killed 77 people in 2011. So these are two different guys.
I see.
So yeah, I mean, I can't say like obviously like you and I don't experience this firsthand, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I mean,
I like to think
yeah.
I'm not a racist person, so or an anti-Semite. I'm pretty sure I am.
You are what, an anti-Semite?
No, not.
Oh, not.
Not.
I'm fucking with you. Relax,
Okay.
relax, Joe.
Hey man, you gotta be careful with that, okay?
No, dude, I know. But honestly, like, it really just comes down to people's actions. It is the internet, and it's still technically a free for all, especially on Steam,
Oh yeah.
because they're a private company. They don't advertise, so really, it's not like they're beholden to somebody, an advertiser or a stockholder, to change their platform. Now, we haven't seen any on because we don't really shop around those groups. We don't hang around we don't subscribe to those groups on Steam. So I think that also helps with us not seeing it. That doesn't mean that it's not there, but man, I mean I don't know what I don't know what they want Steam to do.
Well, I think the call is for them to do a better job moderating their platform because Steam, like I said, they're very laissez-faire with everything that they do. Like they don't even really have quality control for like games. Like pretty much any game can get released on Steam. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
what
the
it is on.
infamous. Yeah, I remember with the Steam Greenlight program, the infamous game where it was literally about rape.
Yeah,
Yeah,
grape.
yeah,
Yeah,
no, yep. That was that made headlines everywhere. Jesus.
and they removed
But
that, and they're like, okay.
they're like, okay, fine, okay, you sick fucks. We tried, we really did, but no. Now we gotta look at what you do.
Yeah, and they have done it like in the past. Like according to the PC Gamer article, Steam did remove Pepper the Frog emoticons from the marketplace but this was after they got a DMCA takedown notice from Pepper's creator, Matt Fury.
But that was because of a copyright situation. It wasn't because they were trying to remove hateful imagery from the platform. Because again, Pepe himself is it's a meme, but yeah.
Kind of funny meme. So, I mean, not with Nazi stuff on there, but like if you use it like a normal person who's not an asshole,
No, yeah, exactly.
it could be pretty funny. Like the one we on the floor with the fries, that's hilarious. To me.
Yes, dude.
Just people condescendingly looking down on him. He's just there crying, just trying to have a good time. I like that one.
Yeah. Oh, poor Pepe. But well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you're gonna find stuff like that on platforms like Steam. I just hope that they do some. I mean, yeah, some moderation to take out the obvious like Nazi.
Yeah, because you saw the names that are on there for the groups. It's like, how are you existing?
Yeah, no, dude. Yeah, I saw the names, but some were like fucking troll bait shit. Like I fucking love ISIS like as a username, and it's like, dude, really? Like that's so dumb.
It might be troll bait, but
yeah, it might be troll bait. But then there were others that were definitely not troll bait. And they had pretty what's the word I'm looking for? Slur.
scandalous.
Scandas? No, man. I think slur is the best way to write the name, and also the profile pics as well. Um, it's like they were genetically. It was like it looked like they were all engineered to maximize the amount of offense to cause, especially towards one specific group of people.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. All right. Well,
Bring back Pepe.
bring back
Bring
Pepe.
him. He
Justice
did
for
nothing
Pepe.
wrong. Justice for Pepe.
Yeah, you wanna sign us off? Getting up to this point, unless you have any other last minute thoughts.
Yeah. Actually, did we cover everything?
Yeah.
No, yeah. You had something else to do as well? No?
No.
Wasn't there? Oh, that's it?
No, that's it.
Oh, shit. My bad. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, all right, guys. Well, thank you very much for watching the Two Bar Connection. We really appreciate you guys giving us a watch. Please leave a like down below and subscribe to our channel if you're not a member already. And please leave a comment below for any stories you want us to cover or any games you want us to play. The best way to watch this is on YouTube on our video podcast. But for our audio listeners, we are available on Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, and Spotify. And don't forget, we're also on social media now. We're on X.
Twitter. Yeah, follow us at 2 Bar Podcast. You can find us on there. Keep up with all of our episodes. Or you can also see some funny memes that we'll usually put on there sometimes,
Yep.
or maybe see our occasional hot takes and stuff. Whatever,
Yeah.
whatever floats your boat. But
Yeah,
anyway, give
occasional
us a follow.
Absolutely. And I think, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're listening or watching. Thank you and peace.
Bye, everybody.